Hey there, animal lovers. Welcome back to Super Stubborn Animal. Have you ever wondered how some animals can grow back their limbs after losing them? It sounds like something straight out of a superhero movie, but it's real. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of limb regeneration and discovering which animals are nature's true masters of regrowing body parts. You're in for a wild ride, so let's jump right in. So, here's the deal. We all know that our bodies can heal wounds over time, right? Like when we get a paper cut, our skin eventually grows back. But what if we told you that some animals can actually grow back entire limbs? Sounds insane, right? Let's start by looking at some of the most impressive regenerative abilities in the animal kingdom. Take starfish, for example. If a starfish loses an arm, it can regenerate the missing limb. Pretty neat, right? Certain lizards can grow back their severed tails, and some flatworms can regenerate their entire body from a single adult cell. But here's the thing. We humans, unfortunately, don't have that kind of power. If I were to lose an arm, I wouldn't expect a shiny new one to grow back. Sure, a scar would form, but no full limb regrowth. But not all animals are stuck with the same limitations. Let's talk about one of the true superheroes of limb regeneration, the salamander. Now, if you were to accidentally cut off a salamander's leg, don't actually do that, by the way, something incredible happens. Instead of forming scar tissue like we would, salamanders have a unique ability to regrow that entire leg. Here's how it works. When the leg gets cut off, the cells around the wound don't just sit there and form scar tissue. Instead, they form something called a wound epidermis, which activates a cascade of chemical signals that tell the cells below to start working. The nerves at the stump begin to grow again, and muscle and tissue cells revert to a more immature state, like stem cells. These cells then move towards the wound and form a mass called a blastema. Think of the blastema as a kind of stem cell army that's about to rebuild the lost limb. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The blastema contains undifferentiated cells, cells that haven't decided what they are going to be yet. These cells have a fantastic memory of what they used to be, like muscle cells or cartilage cells. This helps them take up their positions in the right places, forming new muscle, cartilage, connective tissue, and even bone. And in no time at all, the salamander has a shiny new leg. How crazy is that? While we understand the basic process of limb regeneration, researchers are still puzzled by some of the finer details. For example, why does the wound epidermis form in the first place? How does it trigger the cells below to revert and start growing again? And how do those regenerating cells know exactly where they should go and what shape they should take? Recently, researchers discovered something amazing that could help unlock the secrets of regeneration. It turns out that a special type of repair cell, called macrophages, plays a key role in the process. Macrophages are immune cells that rush to the site of injury and clean up dead cells and pathogens. They also trigger the release of other immune cells that help with repair. But here's the kicker. When scientists reduced the number of macrophages at the wound site, the salamanders took much longer to regenerate their limbs. And when all the macrophages were removed, the salamanders couldn't regrow their legs at all. Instead, they ended up with a bunch of scar tissue just like humans. This suggests that macrophages are releasing some vital chemical signals that might tell the undifferentiated cells to start doing their thing. Without these signals, the regeneration process slows down or doesn't happen at all. So does this mean that we're on the verge of making humans capable of growing back lost limbs? Not quite. While this research is fascinating, we're still a long way off from figuring out how to make this work for humans. Researchers are still scratching their heads when it comes to the exact mechanisms of regeneration. Plus, even if humans could one day regenerate a limb, it would likely take a long time. Salamanders, for example, can take over a year to regrow a small leg, and some larger species might take more than a decade. So even if we could grow back a leg, it could take 20 years. Not exactly a quick fix. However, this doesn't mean the research is useless. There are still plenty of potential benefits that could come from studying limb regeneration. For example, scientists could figure out how to help wounds heal faster with less scarring. Imagine getting a deep cut, and instead of scar tissue forming, your skin would heal with minimal visible marks. That would be amazing, right? While we might not grow new limbs anytime soon, the knowledge we're gaining from these studies could still revolutionize how we approach healing and tissue regeneration. And that, my friends, is pretty awesome. Thanks for joining me today on this amazing journey into the world of animal limb regeneration. It's truly mind-blowing what nature is capable of. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our future videos. We've got so much more to explore, from the animal kingdom to the latest in scientific discoveries. See you in the next one, and keep being stubborn about learning all about the incredible world of animals.